Miko should be there, I'm sure, somewhere in the room in the expo area. So let's announce the panel. We literally called it because it's the last panel of the 2 days of NBX Expo. So we wanted to keep it relevant and important, literally calling it the crystal ball for 2027, the biggest predictions out there. Unfiltered predictions from industry titans, and here joining us now we have Miko Matsumura. You know him very well, he's general partner at Gumi Crypto's Capital. We have Dmitry Klim, CBDO at Kolo in. We have Jake Crypto King, and Yurii, Kyparus, co-founder, Wallchain, Quacks. Let's welcome them with applause, please.
Welcome, welcome. This is the end of NBX, the last panel. So everyone who goes around and don't listen to us, I don't like you guys. If you don't sit here right in front of us, I don't like you. So everyone come here. Let's have the final ending of this beautiful conference and talk facts. My name is Dmitry Klim. I'm the CBDO of Kolo, NBX, and just a fun speaker here for tonight, and we have an amazing lineup. So here we have Project Perspective, Yurii, Wallchain. Applause. We have Miko from the perspective of VC. Applause, guys. And we have an amazing KOL who's gonna share the perspective of how the market looks from the influencer side. Applause. Beautiful. So guys, I mean, I see that in your faces. Nobody really cares. So I'll try to make you guys actually care about what we're gonna talk about here today. And so let's be honest. The market is pretty bearish right now, right? You see the bad vibes all around. People be like, nobody really likes it. But here on this panel today, we actually sat down to show you the perspective that is kind of opposite. We want to show you what actually gonna happen and how different views of this market actually see what's gonna be in the upcoming future. So guys, I'll give you like 10 seconds to present yourself and to share with our audience here a little bit more about yourself. So Yurii, maybe let's start from you. What are you doing in crypto and why should we listen to what you're gonna say to us today?
Sure. Hello, hi everyone. I'm Yurii, co-founder of Wallchain. Not sure if you can hear me here. All right, I guess you can hear me this way. So Yurii, co-founder of Wallchain. Wallchain is AI platform for automated creator campaigns. We've paid out $6.9 million in the last 7 months to creators. And as Dmitry mentioned, we don't have as many people right now in this audience sitting here. This means that we can have our conversations a bit more sensitive. We can cover up the topics.
We can talk shit and nobody will tell us anything.
No one will notice. No responsibility. Just talk shit here.
All right, Miko.
Yeah,
you are the biggest man in here. Like, I am sorry for having so many jokes, so I'll try to be.
No, I love that. I love the energy. It's fantastic. So for me, I'm basically been doing the VC game here for almost 8 years. So I have a lot of gray hair, some gray hair grown just from crypto only, right? So it's all of your fault.
You're like 23, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm 23, but look at my gray hair, right? So I do want to say this, right, which is I love the bear market. I love bear market. I love it. And here's my feeling. My feeling is if you go to the store and you want to buy some bread, okay, what do you want to see on the price?
Do you want to see these 4 letters?
Do you want to see the bread, super expensive bread? Right? Does that make you the most happy? No. You want to go to the store and you want to see bread with a really, really great price. And then you feel very happy, right? Very few people go to the store and they're so angry that the bread is such a cheap price, right? The thing you want to buy is cheap. You should be very happy. So since I'm a net accumulator, since I want to buy everything being cheap is the best thing. I love bear market.
100%. I love this take. As I say to my friends usually, you know what is my favorite brand in every store? 4 letters, S-A-L-E, sale. Like when it's on sale, you love it. And so right now we have the same stuff with crypto. So everyone who sits with sad faces, guys, when it's gonna pump back again, you're gonna be what? Oh, why didn't I buy? Why didn't I buy? Oh my God. And yeah, and this is the moment where we actually talk the facts. So mate, can you present yourself as well and share us the perspective on what you were doing in crypto and why the audience should listen to you right now?
Yeah, of course. So in the crypto space, I'm known as the Crypto King. Amongst my friends, I'm just Jake. So you can call me Crypto King, you can call me Jake, makes no difference to me. I've been in the space about 10 years. I've done everything from trading, managing my own portfolio, helping Web3 startups, and a lot of marketing and consulting. So I'm very in tune with what's going on in the market, and a lot of work in the space for consultants and marketing comes when the market is more bullish. So right now it's a quiet time, but it's a quiet time that everyone should be positioning their liquidity into positions. So you have an opportunity to buy bread cheap, however you want to look at it. And so for the long term, for the next 2 years, which isn't so long in anyone's investment perspective, but for a trader, it's a long term, you're really looking at really epic gains over that 2-year period. So right now is the accumulation time, but you'll have time to enjoy the profit soon.
I wonder, what would you say to people who bought bread a month ago at double price?
Yeah. So I generally don't give investment advice because it's
100%.
very risky, but I can give you some investment advice. So listen very carefully. So the trick to investing is you buy when the price is low and you sell when the price is high. Like that's the trick. So, you know, I gave a lot of alpha.
I had a conversation with my very good friend who's an amazing trader yesterday, and I asked him, like, what is your strategy when you trade? And he was like, bro, you know what? I buy when it's cheap, and I sell when it's expensive.
Yeah, that's good.
Then I short when it's expensive, and I close my short when it's cheap. That's simple. But actually, like, you know, if you go deep into psychology, it actually works this way. The thing that we all need to do is just to find the patterns that actually show you when it's cheap and when it's expensive. And so, guys, let's talk more about the project perspective, because, you know, we've all been talking about, you know, speculative thing and, you know, more about the tokens and blah, blah, blah. But this thing right now is kind of shifting from my perspective. I've been talking to around 15 VCs in past half a year, and I see that every VC has the perspective that they want to see the actual revenue that the project generates. So what do you think? Will we still have this thing as Web3 product, or right now we are kind of shifting to the thing that there is no more Web3, but it's more kind of like we integrating blockchain into day-to-day projects, and it's just becoming the way that you don't have Web3 anymore. You just have the technology integrated on the back end, and it just works flawlessly. So what do you think, like, what is the future of crypto projects and what we should pay attention at? Feel free to take the mic and speak up. We have a free conversation.
Yeah, I have a quick
here.
comment. Future of Web3 projects, and should crypto and Web3 be explicit that it's crypto and Web3? So we can take a look at one of the popular crypto accelerators, Alliance DAO, and the recent batch of new companies that they invested in, like 20 companies. And it's a very few, like 2-3 out of 20 are related to trending. Half are just AI, and other half are related to payments and infrastructure, mostly like payments. And payments, so in this way, I understand that crypto has a few future approaches. One which is not explicit that it's crypto. It can be crypto payments. People may be using it and they may not know that it's crypto. And another way is speculative, is trading related, because people want to make money. And it's one of the fastest way. When people think about fastest way to make money, it may be not true, but crypto always comes to mind. So I guess that's still a good approach to continue with.
100%. Miko, you wanted to say a word. I already see that you have a lot of things to say. Yeah.
Oh, yes. So I feel like this, right, which is, what is the mood today? And the thing that I really want to emphasize is this, which is AI Godzilla is coming. Right? AI Godzilla. So the question that I asked during my opening keynote was, how are you spending your time? Right? Because AI Godzilla is here. Mechazilla is coming, right? So to me, the smartest thing to do with your time when Godzilla is coming is you pick your favorite direction and you run as fast as you can in that direction. That is how you spend your time.
100%.
When AI Godzilla is coming, right? And the thing is the two things you don't do are you don't diversify and like hedge your bets and try 30 different things. That's not very good. Like you pick a thing. Doesn't matter what it is. Because whatever it is, it's better than you. You just need to put distance between wherever it is that you are right now, and you just need to get away from wherever it is that you are right now and go as fast as you can. And the direction that you go is less important than the speed.
But don't you think that AI Godzilla is already here? Like, if you even go around the conference, you see everyone is talking about Claude. Every freaking one is talking about Claude. So you said, when AI Godzilla gonna arrive? But don't you think that it's already here?
Well, I mean, the reality is that it's debatable, but I kind of feel like this, right? Which is that the AI that we have today is kind of cute because he still does what we say.
He still doesn't want to kill you, right?
Yes, he's still doing everything we say he does for us, right? That's very cute.
Yeah.
Right? I think the real Godzilla is coming where he doesn't do what we say, so that will be interesting.
I also believe that AI Godzilla already impacts crypto sentiment, because last year in 2025, like crypto numbers were all-time high in terms of like volume, TVL, Bitcoin price, and so on. But people were not happy at all. Why? Because they compare crypto to AI, and AI has like trillion-dollar companies, while crypto is like trillion-dollar industry kind of. So we compare it to AI, and like we are still small. We're like 10 years in, and we are still so small comparing to AI. But there is an opportunity to grow to the size of AI.
100%. And the king, your part.
So I think AI is here. Obviously it's here. There's no debate about that. But the implementation and the use is not. If when crypto was at peaking pricing, every taxi, every Uber you got into, they wanted to discuss XRP price, Solana price. We're not having that with AI yet. You have a lot of first movers using Claude. You have a lot of people interested in it. That's spectacular. That's really going to push the envelope forward. But until the normies, until the normal people in society are using it to better their life, you don't have the Godzilla moment. So I think the Godzilla moment is coming, even though the technology is already here.
100%, 100%. Well, guys, let's revert back to like a year ago, and let's see all the products who were layer one more wallet, or some stuff like that. I remember going to Token 2049 to any other conference, and I see that every business developer is pulling up to you being, we have a groundbreaking thing. We're making something different. I'm like, what do? We have a wallet. I'm like, bro. And so what is your actual perspective? I see that most of these projects are dead right now. Even Vitalik said that they are dead. Even though, as Yurii, you said, that in just past year, look at A16Z report, $49 or $46 trillion in stablecoin transactions. This market is wild right now. Zelle has added stablecoin payments. Right now, everyone is going to implement stablecoins. So basically, what I personally see that you either do some payment stuff, you do some security stuff, you do some social stuff, or you're dead. And so what is your perspective? Which project do you think are already fully dead and we're not gonna see them coming back even if the alt season hits? And what do you think is going to be the next narrative on this market? Miko, I think you go first.
I guess my quick comment is I'm a thesis investor, and I feel like I'm not a narrative investor. So I tend my best to ignore as much as possible narratives. I think one narrative that I'm hearing a lot is essentially agentic payments, right? It feels like that's a narrative, right? I'm running the opposite direction from that narrative. And the reason why I'm doing so is there's so many developers that are like, I'm writing the protocol that all the agents will use to pay each other, right? But here's the crazy part. If the agents are so smart that they're actually spending your money for you, why do you think they're going to use your protocol? If they're so smart to be spending your money, they're going to write their own protocol and use that, right?
Exactly.
So I guess what I'm saying is why are they using this startup's protocol, right? Especially when there's like giant players like X402 with Coinbase or like A2P or A2A, like Google is in here, Stripe is in here. Why is some startup going to win this game? So like, so that one I feel like is dead on arrival.
I don't think it's about the startup winning necessarily the game, because the startups that are building these protocols, they're using AI agents to build it. So the AI agents themselves are building what they want to be using. And of course, 99% of these are going to fail. But the 1 or 2% that do succeed, they're going to be bought by Google, they're going to be bought by Apple, they're going to be bought by Microsoft, because they're going to want to be diversified into this marketplace. Like we just saw Moltbook be purchased by Facebook. So they already have AI agent protocols that are being consumed and purchased by bigger entities. And I think that's going to happen on a larger overall situation. But at the same time, you have to understand, in the entrepreneurial world, 90+% of projects fail. So just because an AI agent built protocol fails, that's pretty normal. That doesn't mean that humans are going to build the protocols. The agents are still going to build them for other agents to use, but you have to understand, 1 or 2% are going to be successful. The rest are going to be like meme coins. A lot of hype, and then they're going to fizzle out.
But I think we're very much shifting to AI and talking more AI right now. I want to hear things about crypto. Like we have the example of Hyperliquid, amazing marketing, amazing product, amazing tokenomics. Jeff, kudos to Jeff, amazing guy. And so what do you guys think, like where we gonna shift the market to? Because right now we're seeing the thing, as I already said, that things are changing. People are not willing to buy the things that they bought before anymore. And so what do you think going to be the next thing that the market gonna be hyped up about, and what the market actually going to use? Yurii, I think you work with projects very directly. I want to hear your opinion, mate.
Yeah, so I guess most people don't underestimate not only the power of AI, but the speed of how fast it's developing and how fast it's changing our
Once
workflows.
again, AI.
Yeah, we've been doing some predictions inside the company, like how fast we're gonna completely move to generating our code instead of like manually writing, and it happened a lot faster than we predicted. Now we're like predicting where we're gonna fully automatically review the code with AI, and it's also exceeding our expectations. I guess most of the things, like there was a report from Anthropic, what's going to be automated, what's already automated, and we're only like at less than 10%, around 5% of all possible AI automations that can happen. And obviously like finance, management, some sort of that categories will be automated. And I believe that something close to human psychology, human-to-human interactions, where people need to outsmart the crowd, would not be automated with AI, and that's where people will be in the loop of AI workflows.
But don't you think that, like we're still talking so much about AI, but the actual user experience still going to come from beautiful ideas? So I 100% agree that if you meet the team of the founders and they tell you that they don't use AI in their operational day-to-day stuff, you just say, guys, go out. Like, I don't want to even talk to you because you are not automating the things that could be automated. And that's 100% legit. Right now, we see that you can build a team of 4, and with a team of 4, you can do the stuff that, like even 5 years ago, they were done by the team of 200 or even more people. And so, Miko, maybe you can tell me, like, what do you see as the perspective, like, as for the investor? You are the investor. And so, in a matter of a year, let's say, 2027, which sort of projects you will be considering talking to when they come to you and say, I want to pitch my project to you?
Yeah, so I think I can describe the characteristics, right? Because part of what I was describing is the Godzilla effect, right? So I think to me, the thing that's fascinating is how fast is someone going? One of the things that we do a lot, so one of the tricks in VC is that VCs never say no. They never say no. If they
That's
say
100%.
if they say no, then they really hate your guts and they don't ever want to see your face. But mostly they say, give me updates. I want to see updates, right?
It just sounds like, bro, go out, but like, if you do something nice, let me know. I'll maybe give you some money.
If you survive.
But just a quick snapshot of what an update is. An update is like an animated movie. Because you get here's where the person is, right? And then they give you an update, and now they're up here. And then they give you another update, and they're up here, right? So you're connecting these dots as they give you updates, right? So the point that I'm making is I really am excited about solo founders whose co-founder is maybe Claude Code, right? And then this kind of person is producing really high quality software. I feel like the person has to be very curious. I think the person has to be courageous. They have to be bold because they have to really want to eat the world, right? I think their business strategy has to occupy a choke point, right? So they have to really try to enter a choke point. And then I think really when I think about it, like speed of execution is super interesting to me. Now, I think that becomes really interesting because I think there's no moat in software. So in a sense, like that's why I'm talking about executing in a straight line and moving as quickly as possible. So, in a sense, like I'm describing this meta game, right? But another thing that's really interesting when you talked about revenue is I'm really interested in how revenue interacts with software. And I really feel like there's an opportunity. This is a much deep topic, right? But I really feel like there's an opportunity for the relationship between software and essentially perfectly good businesses, not venture scale businesses, to really be reinvented through a stablecoin bank. So I'm really interested in kind of new economic alignments between software providers and software consumers. And I feel like SaaS is dead. So that's
exactly. And this is the point that I actually had, that right now with the rapid development of AI, we don't have the thing that I have strong tech team anymore. Nobody cares. It's more about the ideas and how your ideas are actually going to be used by the normal people. And so coming back again to the question that I said, because I still had no answer to it. Guys, what do you think is going to be the new meta, let's say, the new product that is actually going to be used by the users? We already mentioned that, payments are good. I haven't said about prediction markets yet, but prediction markets are huge. This is one of the cases. Like, Poly Market, dudes just made the thing that is exciting for the people. It is sort of gambling. It is sort of, trading, something in the middle, but they actually enjoy it, and that's why they use it. And nobody cares what the tech is standing behind. They're using, they can use call sheet, they can use Poly Market, they can use whatever, but, the thing is that they just like the product itself. So maybe you can tell me from your perspective, like we have three different visions here. As I already mentioned, we have project perspective, VC perspective, and the KOL influencer perspective. So I want to hear from you, one sentence, each of you guys. What do you think people should pay attention at, just according to your thoughts? Because I will be happy to revert in 1 year to what you just said and see who is right and who is wrong. So let's maybe go among. King, what do you think? What would you be happy to promote and to work with in the upcoming year, and you think that is going to be a very cool stuff to work with?
So to keep it as one sentence, it would have to be projects that bridge the gap between Web3 and the normies. Whether that's gaming, whether that's banking, whether that's AI, it really doesn't matter. But right now, the difficulty for people getting into the crypto space is understanding how crypto works. If you can remove their need to have that knowledge base and instead simplify it in total, you're going to see projects win, win, win. Because by removing the need to understand Web3, you can onboard the masses. And that's what type of projects will be winning in 2027.
I love this answer. Okay, we have a check mark. Miko, what do you think about it?
I'm going to say something very weird and contrarian, which is that I'm very interested in real-world, person-to-person communities and events. So I'm very interested in this segment. And the reason why I'm interested in it is really that human-to-human interaction Like, I think the internet is going to be swarmed by bots. And I think what's going to happen next is that people are going to cling together. People are going to start joining groups of humans that they've met in person. And that this is like the Turing test. Like, people are going to really want to talk to other real humans, provably real humans. So I think provably real humans is I'm interested in. And this gets close to WorldCoin, but I think that's a terrible project, and I would like to see a good one of those.
100%. I love this take, and actually everyone who listens right now, make a check mark, because we see that internet is going flooded by bots. And I personally also think that at some point, people just going to be like, am I talking to a human, or it just pretends to be a human? So I was saying it since, I don't remember, like since ages already, and I still say that between human IRL interaction is super important. It's super crucial, because even if you go on a Google Meet, if you do business with the guy who's on different side of a planet, you still meet IRL, drink a couple of beers, you feel the chemistry, and you know that I can do things with this guy. Otherwise, it works, but not always. When you have it IRL, 99.5% it works. And Yurii, your opinion on that, what do you think?
Yeah, so I'd focus on projects that have distribution as a first priority and have integration with creators, because as you mentioned, Crypto King, that you choose, you decide which projects you want to work with. So basically, you decide if they're going to succeed or not, if they get distribution or not. And they need like hundreds, thousands of creators to agree to work with them. So basically, you kind of gatekeeping users, end users and people with products. So this is the biggest power, the biggest mod in all of the market, creators who have the real audience, who have the trust with people. So products who focus on creators, who give the biggest benefits for creators, create value for creators. That's what I believe in.
I love it. And I'm going to share also my perspective, because we saw, like, guys, I love every answer of yours. I see that you're extremely wise when it comes to analyzing the marketing. You're saying very proper things. And I would like, my personal vision is kind of the summary of everything that I heard right now. I would personally say that in 2027, we are going to like and invest and support the projects that are actually doing something valuable. We already mentioned, interhuman interaction. We already mentioned bridging Web and Web3. We are mentioned that, we want to deliver something. And at this point, what I personally can see as the summary, that if your product is good, if the founder is the actual smart guy who had a headache, which he fixed with his own project, then this project gonna work. Then you're gonna have the community, then people are gonna like you, people are gonna use your product, it's going to generate revenue, so your investor is gonna be happy, right? And then it's all gonna work out. We are no more in the era where crypto was, I can, I have white paper and I'm doing L2 on L1 on L3 and I actually deliver nothing, but I'm just gonna tell, thousands of smart words trying to pretend that I understand something even though I don't understand anything. This is no more valid. No more founders who are trying to pretend that they are doing something while actually not doing anything going to succeed. And this is the thing. We are shifting to this era where Web3 startup is no longer Web3 startup. It is the actual startup. So people look at your performance. If you do perform, you're good. And nobody cares what you do if you do perform. So for all the founders right now, stop trying to find something where you're going to sound smart. Try to fix some issue. If you do fix the issue, if you make my personal life easier, I'm gonna be super happy. I'm gonna be using your product on a daily basis, even though it was made through Claude Code by yourself and nobody else. I don't care. I like it. I use my note taker. I use my training app. I use my wallet. I use my banking. I use stuff that I need. I don't use stuff that you're trying to sell me, convincing myself that it is a smart thing to use. And this is the thing. And guys, maybe for the final part, you can give some piece of advice for everyone who came to this conference today. And I would love, to revert back to this advices in 1 year and see which work and which not. So if you were the guy who, let's say, just joined the crypto, or who is the crypto, fan, but is not working in the product or is doing something. What would be your advice to these people who are listening to us right now to do in the upcoming year?
And 1 minute to go. Closing remarks.
All right, I'm happy to jump in. So to me, I think the one thing I would advise is that you can either have a consumer relationship with AI, or you can have a producer relationship with AI, right? So you can either be doing Claude code in a loop and you get the same dopamine hit as you get if you're watching TikTok, except for that instead of your brain being destroyed, you're actually like creating, right? So I would definitely get addicted to Claude code, and I would definitely build whatever. And it doesn't matter what you're building, like just build and build like there's no tomorrow.
100%. I love this thing. And Yurii, what is your perspective on that?
Yeah, for new people, I'd suggest focusing on their personal brand online. Whatever they dig into, share it online with their audience in an authentic way, maybe on X, maybe on other platforms they prefer, because at the end of the day, the distribution will be a king. As you mentioned, software is no longer a mode. Everything will be easily to reproduce, but not the people that know you and trust you.
Love it. Crypto King, your final words.
Buy the blood. Every 4 years, you get an opportunity to buy Bitcoin under the price to mine. Right now, we're trading under the price to mine. If you offered me a Ferrari for the cost of parts, I would buy as many as you let me buy, even if I don't need more than one. So for Bitcoin, for Solana, for Ethereum, for the projects that have staying power, you have the opportunity to buy the blood right now. In 2 years, when everything's at 3 to 5x current prices, you're going to be kicking yourself wishing you bought more and paid more attention in the bear market. You don't pay attention in the bull market, you sell during a bull market. The time to pay attention is now. So best advice I can give anyone, whether you're an influencer or an investor, buy the blood. There's blood in the streets, go shopping.
100%. Guys, I love it. And for the final thing from myself, I would tell you that listen to smart dudes. Whoever you think is smart, whoever you think is doing great, and you want to repeat their pattern, listen to what they say, trying to repeat this thing, and you're going to feel good in the upcoming year. Thank you so much for this panel. Applause to all the speakers here today. It was amazing stuff, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Great
it.
audience.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it so much.
And with that,
It was a good panel.
Good, sir.
And thanks to all the listeners, guys. Thanks for listening to boring stuff that we said, to interesting stuff that we said. And remember, believe in only yourself. Cheers, guys.
Dmitry, Yurii, Jake, Miko, thank you very much, gentlemen.